Morning guys, Napoleon here again. It's Sunday, the day after the terrorists came to visit me, the New Zealand police. So I've just been making a few additions to the protest trailer. So you can see there, Jacinda's acting like a Nazi pre-World War II, forcing people to have medical treatments that aren't required, and hiding reputable doctors and silencing them, and banning generic drugs that have been available for 50 to 70 years that are safe, but is forcing everyone to have an experimental concoction injected into them. So today we've got you're not allowed to go to the supermarket and buy food without a mask on. Give it a few more weeks, it'll be if you haven't had the experimental jab, you won't be able to go buy food either. So this is a tyranny. This is Nazi style tyranny in New Zealand, and as you probably saw, if you might have saw the other video yesterday, so they came around and said, oh, you're breaching, you've had 3 complaints against you. I think I know who they were. They were all middle-aged women, the ones that were yelling at me, ones that thought that they're given a little bit of power, and they just grab it with both hands and just love the authority, just love it, for bringing up the police and reporting. They're the sort of people that would have dobbed in Anne Frank back in the Second World War, when they were rounding up the Jews. The unvaccinated will be the new Jews. Subhuman. You wait, they'll be dehumanising us within weeks. But anyway, just to elaborate on what actually happened yesterday, so you can see my front door over there. They came to the front door, and their vehicle was parked behind me, you can see there. So I followed them out and told them to get off my property, and they were formally warned that they'll be trespassing, and I'll be taking a letter of trespass down to the local police station in the next few hours, and seeing if we can serve these what have become state terrorists, agents of state terror. Because I'll tell you what actually was happening yesterday. You might have seen the older man and the woman come to my door, but as I walked them back to the vehicle over here, there was a guy. I know the guy. He's a local cop. We actually were at the antenatal class together about 11 years ago when we first had my first daughter, and we got to know him. I can't remember his name, it's been 11 years, but when I see him around town, I've given him a wave and acknowledged him, and that. I thought he was a pretty good guy. But what he was actually doing, they were actually brought 3 people to my property, and one was left in the vehicle with the firearm, with the door cracked open. They came to my home and brought lethal force, and prepared with a 3rd man to administer lethal force if required. Can you fucking believe it? Can you fucking believe it? I'm having a hard job believing it, but that guy was sitting there with the door open, with the lockbox at his, probably open, right, and ready, that if it caused a stink over here. I don't own firearms. I don't know, I haven't got guns, right? I think they think I'm a mechanical engineer, specialised machine design. I've done that for 20 years. They probably think I could build a gun. Well, apparently I've never thought of it actually, but it's a piece of piss, a couple of pipes and a nail and a shotgun shell. You've got a gun, right? So they are paranoid. They've been indoctrinated with this paranoid socialist dictatorship we've got now, and they've been told. So what would have happened is they would have done a JSA, job safety analysis, for this terrorist visit, to come around and try to intimidate me to take my liberty, my free movement and my free speech, and told to stay at home. And they would have said, right, we all actually need a 3rd man with a firearm in case something kicks off. They came to my property with the intention, or prepared, to use lethal force against a citizen that has done nothing wrong. I've driven my car around town, and I've done a protest on a grassy knoll that you can see in the other videos, right? That's all I've done. I haven't got in people's faces. I've done nothing. They came with lethal force. New Zealand is now a police state ready to administer lethal force on citizens that speak out, right? That's absolutely disgusting that people can, the police can do this to New Zealanders. Absolutely, I can't believe it, mate. Come on, guys, you've got to bloody speak up, stand up, give us a hand. You know, get our New Zealand Bill of Rights back. Come on. You know, anyway, as you can see, I'll turn the camera around now. I made a few additions to the trailer, right? And so we've got, you know, Jacinda being a dictator, Animal Farm being Stalin, Hitler, whatever you want to call it. They're all socialists to me, all deceptive socialists. And we've got to stand in opposition to the police state. You see in Australia yesterday, Melbourne, guns being presented at protesters. They were beanbag guns. Now, what's happening there, in my view, is the Australian police are being conditioned to point firearms at protesters. You know, 6 months, 1 year, they'll be using live rounds more than likely. They're going to shoot their own citizens. The state are going to shoot their own citizens. Now, as I say, if that's not terrorism, I don't know what the fuck is. You know, you don't even have, it's only the threat, okay? The implied threat of violence, like the threat yesterday to take my liberty, right? Because I've been threatened if I go out anything but you know, to buy food or exercise, I can be imprisoned. Okay, so there you go. That's terrorism. They can threaten my liberty, and they're prepared to use lethal force against a innocent member of the public. But yeah, I might be walking the dog today, and I might just happen to have the trailer on while I drive down to the local cricket park and park there for half an hour. I think I'll be doing that for the next you know, little while. You know, every day, go down there, walk the dog for half an hour, do half an hour protest with the trailer. So I might encourage every other person, if they've got a trailer, got plenty of time in their hands, make up some signs. Make up something like I've got behind. I know it's a bit fancy, but you know, at least I'm getting the word out. Now, and also, as you see, I've got my my t-shirts on, right? If you'd like a t-shirt, get in touch with me. I've got a few of them. They'll be $40 each, okay? And I can post them out when we get out of lockdown. I've also got a couple of masks, but I can get some more of them from my supplier. That's a COVID-19 is state terrorism in a black mask with a red writing, just like this. Yeah, so if you want to support me and support the fact that we're actually under a terrorist police state now, and the New Zealand police are no longer acting in protection of the citizenry, they are actually coming and terrorising people. We need to take our New Zealand Bill of Rights back, and we need to enshrine that as the overriding rule going forward into the years to come. We need to put these socialists down and stop them from basically enslaving us under a medical tyranny where we don't have autonomy of our body, we don't have control of what goes into our body. We're basically, if we decide to dissent, we are second-class citizens and will be, you know, sanctioned, you know, discriminated against. You know, don't these socialists love anti-discrimination when it's, you know, for them? And we, you know, liberty lovers, we're happy to provide that, but these socialists are happy to discriminate against anyone that dissents against them and doesn't want to give up their freedoms. Anyway, get in touch. Okay, yeah, I'll even know I might be wandering around with my camera as I'm walking the dog today. We'll see what happens. See ya.